Welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to UFC Fight Night, Waterson versus Hill. We're going to the main event in the strawweight division. Michelle, the Karate Hottie Waterson, coming in 17-8, taking on Angela, Overkill Hill, coming in at 12-8. Was very much looking forward to this fight. Pivotal strawweight bout here. A fighter in the top 10 taking on a fighter in the top 15. Big chance for Hill to move into the top 10 here. So they come out in the first round. Hill is massive aggressor in the first round, stalking Waterson down, pushing her back, leading with a lot of heavy strikes, a lot of boxing. Keeping Waterson on the back foot, throwing a lot of power. Second round, more of the same. Hill's coming, stalking Waterson down, keeping Waterson on the back foot, keeping her from implementing her own game plan. Hill throwing, again, a lot of power shots. She was really, you could tell that Hill was really looking to finish the fight within the first two rounds. I think she really wanted to finish and avoid going to a decision in this fight. She just seemed to really want to put Waterson away. Third round, the tide started to turn here. Waterson started to implement her game plan a little bit better, and then she got a big takedown about halfway through the round and was able to really keep Hill on the bottom there. Hill tried to, scramble out a few times. Waterson, very slick though, managed to keep her underneath her for pretty much, I think she had about 2 to 2.5 minutes really of control time on the ground. Not a lot of heavy ground and pound, mostly light. I think the best ground and pound Waterson landed was when Hill would try to scramble and Waterson had her pinned against the cage and landed some punches with her left hand to the face of Hill. Fourth round, Hill started to really look visibly tired. She was already tired in the third round, you could tell, but in the fourth round, really the pace really slowed down, and Waterson was able to start enacting her game plan. She was the one moving forward more. She was getting a lot of her kicks going here. Landed a lot of nice kicks, a lot of strikes on Hill. And then the fifth round. Fifth round was probably the most pivotal. I had it 2-2 going into 2-2 going into the fifth round. Fifth round, Waterson again though, setting the pace, staying busy, throwing a lot of kicks, a lot of really nice kicks. Hill trying to come forward with her punches. Waterson within the last 30 seconds of the fight started going really hard with her kicks and really showing effort and, adding the Kias in to really emphasize it to the judges. Hill came forward with a flurry and went into the clinch in the last 10 seconds and started throwing knees. It went down to the judges. Now, I scored it 3-2 for Waterson myself. Went to the judges. They scored it. It was for Waterson via split decision. 48-47, 49-46, and then 47-48 to Hill. I thought it was a good fight. It was a lot of fun. Very close. Very close. If you go to MMADecisions.com, the media scores were split on this one. I think there was one more for Hill than there was for Waterson. Just shows how split everything was on this one. It could have gone almost either way. I do agree with everyone though that thought that the 49-46 score was weird. People are saying that judge robbed Hill. Okay, let's say he didn't judge it 49-46 and he's called it 48-47. Likely, excuse me, he still would have called it for Waterson. Now, I'll admit I called Waterson by sub, but she never even came close to getting that submission. She actually employed more of a, shoot from range style of takedown game instead of her usual get into the clinch and go for the head-on throw takedown game. And Waterson missed a lot of her takedowns too. I don't agree with the stats here. I thought a lot of her shots were really more to keep Hill on the edge and keep Hill, worried about the takedown game, because she didn't look committed to a lot of them. But she showed, some change in her game here by going more for, actual shooting style takedowns rather than clinch style takedowns. And then, honestly, the pacing and the takedown and the ground control in the third are what scored the fight for Waterson. A lot of people thought Hill might have done enough in the fifth round, particularly with that last 10 seconds. But, if I'm a judge, kicks look a lot better than punches do. Honestly, kicks throw a lot more emphasis than punches and knees do. But that's just me. That's my opinion. For things to work on, for Waterson, she's got to learn how to counter punch. She was getting, backed up by Hill's boxing in the first 2 rounds. And, she's more of a kicker than she is a puncher. But kicks are more offensive. There aren't really too many kicks you can use for defense other than the push kick or maybe the oblique kick to the thigh. But that's more of a kick that you throw when you're moving forward. She's got to learn how to counter punch and then go on the then use that to go on the offensive herself. For Hill, she's been frustrating me lately. She's been almost entirely boxing, forgetting that she is a Muay Thai fighter. You got to remember that there is more you have more in your toolbox than just your boxing. She's become too reliant on the single aspect of her game. She didn't throw nearly enough kicks, didn't throw nearly enough elbows, didn't throw nearly enough knees. In this fight, it was the same in the Gedalia fight too, just too much boxing. I've said this in the preview, typical Alliance fighter, busy footwork, but also a lot of Alliance fighters tend to forget that they're well-rounded fighters and focus on the boxing aspect and that busy footwork than they do on their own. They forget about other aspects of their game. Also, and this is the even bigger one, pacing. Pacing. She killed herself in those early rounds. You agree to a 5-round fight, doesn't matter whether it's a week out, a month out, 2 months out, you agree to a 5-round fight, you got to be ready to fight for 5 rounds. Hey, you want to get a finish, that's fine, but you can't kill yourself in the first 2 rounds going for a finish, and then what are you going to do the next 3 rounds when you have no gas tank left? She's got to work on her pacing more, particularly if you're going to take a main event fight like that. All right, so for fights to make, for Hill, so she's tried now 2 times in a row to break into the top 10, and she's come up short 2 times in a row. So, being that she has never beaten a fighter with a number next to their name, at least officially, and a lot of people are going to say, well, she beat Gedalia or she beat Waterson in those fights. Okay, whatever. Officially, she has never beaten a ranked fighter. Let's pace it, move it back, put her in a fight against someone within that top 15. Anyone up for a Tisha Torres rematch? I know I would be. I think that'd be an exciting fight. I don't think Torres is going to try to just, wrestle her to the ground the whole time like she did, 5 years ago in Mexico City. I think this would be a more striker-focused fight than it was their first match. I'd be down for that one. I think that'd be very fun. Torres is currently ranked 11, Hill 13 at the time of this recording. I think that's a good matchup there. For Waterson, it depends on whether they want to have her fight up next or fight down. If they're going to have her fight up, all the fighters in the top 5, top 10 really are busy right now. If they have her fight up, I would go for the winner of Gedalia versus Jan. That's 2 slots above her. Number 6 Gedalia, Jan's number 10, so the winner of that one. Conversely, if they want to have her fight down again, just to try to see where she's at currently and go, well, she fought up twice in a row and lost, so we're going to put her down for a little bit. Right below her at number 9 is Marina Rodriguez. That would be a super challenging fight for Waterson in the striking department. But conversely, Rodriguez has gotten exposed for almost having no ground game. That would be a very challenging fight for Rodriguez if Waterson can get her down. And I think she can. So I think that would be a very interesting fight too. If Waterson can't get her down, ouch, she's going to be in for a long night. So those are my thoughts on this fight. Like I said, it was a good fight, very close. Honestly, could have gone either way. I think the right fighter won. Opinions may vary. That's why I'm going to ask for your comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like and share it as well. Spread the word around. And while you're at it, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMAC Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.